Good morning, all my dear students of class 5. As in the last class, as in the last class of EVS class 5, we have started already chapter number 9. The name of the chapter, as you can see, is Breathe In and Breathe Out. So let us start. So today in this class, we are going to know about the organs of respiratory system. So as you can see in the picture, it's a beautiful diagram of human respiratory organ, where you can see bronchi, trachea, pharynx, sinuses, ethmoid, nose, tongue, alveoli, bronchi. So let us start from mouth and nose. So about mouth and nose, what it is written that we inhale or breathe in air through our nose or mouth. They warm, moisten and filter the incoming air. Tiny hair present inside the nostrils trap the dust particles present in the air. So what it is written about mouth and nose, that mouth and nose we inhale or breathe in through our nose or mouth. They warm, moisten, and filter the incoming air. The tiny hair, which present inside the nostrils, traps the dust. It means the tiny hair which are present in the nostril, inside the nostril, they works as a filter and traps the dust particles present in the air. Now about trachea, what it is written. The trachea or the windpipe. So trachea is quite a new word for you. So trachea means the windpipe, means the throat. As you can see here in the picture in this diagram, beautifully it has been shown trachea. So the trachea or the windpipe allows the air to pass into the lungs through the mouth and nose. Tiny hair present in the inner membrane of the trachea catches dust particles which are removed by coughing. So about trachea, which is also known as windpipe, but it is written that it allows the air to pass into the lungs through the mouth and nose. So first the air get inside through the nose or through the mouth, and then it passes through the trachea to reaches the lungs. The same thing it is written that the trachea or the windpipe allows the air to pass into the lung through the mouth and nose. Tiny hair present in the inner membrane of the trachea catches dust particles which are removed by coughing. Now one more thing, one very much important thing it is written that as we have studied, as I already explained that in our nostril tiny hairs are present. In the same way it is written in this paragraph about trachea or the windpipe that tiny hair present in the inner membrane of the trachea catches dust particle. It catches the dust particle by the tiny hair which present in the trachea as well, which are removed by coughing. So sometimes we used to cough while taking our breath. Why? Because the tiny hair which are inside the trachea they catches some dust particle in the air. So we removed it by coughing. Next, what it is written about bronchi. Look, the trachea branches out into two tubes called bronchi. Bronchi carry air into the lungs. They further branch into tiny tubes called bronchioles. Alveoli are found at the end of the bronchioles. They are thin-walled air sacs surrounded by thin blood vessels. So about bronchi, it is written that bronchioles are when trachea passes, then trachea subdivided into two different branches. Those two different branches are called bronchi. They passes the air to the lungs, and they further, it means the bronchi further branches into tiny tubes called the bronchioles. And alveoli are found at the end of the bronchioles. They are thin-walled air sacs surrounded by thin blood vessels. So these are alveoli. So in this paragraph, we have learned about mouth and nose, trachea and bronchi. These are the organs of human respiratory system. The next picture, as you can see, it's a picture of breathing. Breathing, air exhaled. It means air exhaled. Air exhaled means throwing out air. Okay, or breathing out air. So air exhaled, chest contract and diaphragm relax. Next, the picture is air inhale. When we inhale air, Then what happened? Chest expand. Our chest used to get expanded. This is lung, this is rib cage, this is diaphragm, and this is diaphragm contract. Next is about lung and rib cage. So in this paragraph, we are going to learn about lungs and rib cage. About lungs, what it is written, that lungs are one of the largest organs of the human body. So it is one of the largest internal organ of the human body. They are a pair of spongy air-filled organs located on either side of the chest. So they are a pair of spongy air-filled organs located on either, means both the side of the chest. The human body has two lungs, the right lung and the left lung. The right lung is larger than the left lung. Lungs expand when we breathe in and contract when we breathe out. The exchange of gases takes place in the lungs. Oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is released. Oxygen absorbed by the lungs is supplied to all the parts of the body through blood vessels. The lungs are protected by the rib cage, which is made up of 12 sets of curved bones. These ribs are connected to the spine in the back and go through the lungs to keep them safe. The diaphragm is a strong muscle below the lung. It controls breathing. Now, what it is written about the lungs, that lungs are one of the largest organ of human body. They are a pair of spongy air-filled organs located on either side of the chest. The human body has two lungs, the right lung and the left lung. And one more important, most important thing it is written about lungs is that the right lung is a bit larger as compared to the left lung. Then lungs expand when we breathe in and contract when we breathe out. Same like a balloon. Oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide released. The lungs are protected by a rib cage. Now, what is rib cage? You can just touch your chest and you feel the bones, which are rib cage. They protect the lungs, so which is made up of 12 sets of carved bones, and they are interconnected with the spine. Next is about our breath help us. So how our breath help us? The air we exhale. So there are total 5 points written about how our breath help us. The air we exhale can cool down hot milk, tea or soup. Next, while giving first aid, we can exhale air into a handkerchief till it becomes warm. The warmth of the cloth relieves pain when applied directly to the hurt part of the body. Breathing on our cold hands makes them warm because the exhaled air is warm. Fourth point is blowing air into a piece of burning wood while cooking increases the supply of oxygen and helps the wood to burn. Fifth is musical instruments such as flutes and mouth organs are played by blowing air into them. So these are the 5 important points through which our breath help us. So with this, I am ending today's class here. In the next class, I will be explaining the rest of the chapter. Till then, thank you.